When you come from the village to a city like Nairobi, two things can happen. You can either become very big, or you can slip back into who the fuck is that? I really wanted to be a Swalem Doe or Catherine Kasavuli.
A journalist.
Yes, I wanted to be a journalist. Socialite was the lady that would come and make a party, be the party that everybody wants. She's the voice that you hear. I am a born-again Christian. A lot of people see my DWJ and say, oh, this is going to hell direct. But I don't think I am talking about anything that God has not created. God is to blame.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from, and welcome back to yet another episode of Unprepared to Entrepreneur. And today I have a very exciting guest. I am so excited. Jagero, people of the internet, your person is here. And I'm very excited to have this conversation because I think Jaggero was probably the first person, I know I've already, introduced him, but he was the first person I went to before I started this channel. And I sat with him, and I think from the conversations we had, he sort of gave me a really good direction in terms of like the basics, the things I needed to cover so that then this can be impactful. And I'm so glad he's in the studio today because I want you guys to get to learn more about him. I am doing this thing where I bring impactful people, the people who've been impactful to my life. I'm bringing them here so that you can gain access to them and hopefully learn a thing or two from them. So this is going to be a good one. If you're joining us for the first time and if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It will really go a long way into supporting our channel. Jagero, karibu.
Asante sana.
How are you?
I can be better.
What do you mean? You're not okay?
I can be better.
You can be better.
There is always room.
What's happening?
There's always room for improvement. I think, yeah, you have done really well for yourself with a very squeaky clean studio.
Asante.
You're already earning the money from YouTube.
Speaking of, do you know I did my first withdrawal yesterday?
Oh,
that felt
so
good.
Withdrawal?
Like the payment, the first payout.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one.
The first one. It felt good. It's not much. Gosh, yeah. If I tell you how much it is versus how much work we put into this.
I could actually think of how much it could be.
It was I can even share it. It was 162 euros.
160 euros. So just about 25,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Yeah. That is, my first was how much? I do not remember my first amount. My first amount was how much? Probably $300.
$300. Wow.
Yeah, $300. So about 268 euros. Thereabout, yeah.
Not bad. That's good. For people who are meeting you for the first time, now we've already started the conversation. Yeah. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Oduor, Jagero. So Oduor is my name. Jaggero is my witch name. You know a witch name?
No.
A witch name is the name.
Witch, like W-I-T-C.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very positive in Luo culture. It is your ID in the spiritual world. Your ID in the spiritual world. Yeah.
What does it stand for?
It stands for the.
Like, what does it mean?
Jaggero means somebody who's cruel.
Okay.
Somebody who's cruel. It can also flip a little bit to mean a builder. Because it was very close to the name Jaggero. Yeah, the builder. Or the cruel one.
I see.
Yeah, but the cruel is not really negative. It's a cruel in terms of when the guys are going to war. How do you protect the people that the enemies are coming to attack. So it's nothing. So the witch name is basically your spiritual ID, because in Luoland there are so many Onyangos, but how are they identified spiritually? Yeah, by the Luo name is actually Juok, which basically means witch, but not really the witch. But even witches were not really bad people. If you look at the history of witches, they were not. But then at some point even Nene was not a negative name, a socialite. A socialite was the lady that would come and make a party, be the party that everybody wants. She's the voice that you hear. She's the one that makes everybody laugh. She's the one who cracks the jokes.
So society is the one that has made it a bit...
Yeah, but so there is the traditional meaning of it, and then there is the modern meaning of it that perhaps has been diluted to mean something else.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I was born in the village on the shores of River Nyando. Then at some point when I had finished high school, I really wanted to be a Swalem Doe or Catherine Kasavuli.
A journalist.
Yes, I wanted to be a journalist. But there was no way of doing that in the village. So I took off to the city of glasses, Nairobi.
How old were you? Which school did you go to first?
Here in Nairobi?
No,
in the village. There are village schools.
At the shores of River Nyando.
There are village schools. You know them. They were not Maseno High School. Yeah, it was my high school is called Olembo Boys. Just, the Nyabondo Plateau. There is Nyabondo Plateau in Nyakach, and then down the plateau there is a hill, Olembo Hills. So there is Olembo Boys there.
The only place I visited there is Nyakach.
Nyakach girls.
Yeah. Nyakach just basically...
Nyakach is my place where I was born.
That there's a project there where
Obino Falls. Sondumiriu project.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my place.
I see.
Yeah, that's exactly my place.
Okay.
So the place and my home village is just about 7 kilometers. Yeah. So I took off to Nairobi, came to Nairobi, studied along...
After high school now?
Yeah, along Aga Khan Walk, Nairobi Aviation College. A lot of people were thinking that we were doing aviation there. But
I used to... I used to think the same. Why did they call it Nairobi?
They actually do some aviation stuff there, but I wouldn't take it seriously.
Because in terms of branding, that is very confusing.
It was very bad. I think they should have, because it was a very minute part of the school. And it was so theoretical. There was nothing practical around it. I think the owner of the school just was thinking and dreaming big. But he had no dream of becoming what an aviation school should be.
I see.
Actually, should have set up that aviation school at Wilson.
At Wilson, yeah.
Should have gotten a go-down that's not being used at Wilson.
Yeah.
And partnered with the aviation companies that are there.
To grow it into Nairobi Aviation School.
And then would have made it very well, a very respectable school.
So what did you study?
I studied mass communication and journalism.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I studied for 3 years.
Then?
And then after that, I was supposed to get a job at the media stations. But that slipped through my fingers because I wasn't able to get my way through the media houses, because media houses are very few in Kenya. To get there is difficult because you must know who is who.
Yeah.
You must have you must look a certain way, I believe. So I felt like, and then when you come from the village to a city like Nairobi, two things can happen. You can either become very big, or you can slip back into who the fuck is that? And so I think that when I left school, I slipped into who the fuck is that. And then now when you are down in the trenches or in the gutter and there is nobody and you cannot access the media stations, you think about what you can do. So I think I slipped into writing and doing journalistic work, but not with the major outlets.
I see.
So actually, if you go back to when I was growing up in the village, I was taking care of my grandfather's cows. And our grandfather used to give us a small radio. It was written nation, but we used to call it nation. 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 Yeah, that's how we used to pronounce it. And we used to go looking after animals with this radio. With my cousin called Carl. And we both became journalists. Yeah, he became a journalist with Reuters because of that radio.
Expound. What did the radio?
Because the radio was stuck on BBC. You couldn't change it.
You couldn't change it.
No, you could not change the station. Only my grandfather knew how to change it. And he would open the radio, then change it. But if it is close and given to you, it will be stuck on BBC. So that's what we used to listen to.
Yeah.
Carl found a way of playing with it to get to VOA, Voice of America. So we listened to a lot of that. Now, in 1994, I was 4 plus 6 plus 8, that's 12. I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old. And something was happening in Africa. There was the genocide of 1994 in Rwanda.
Yes.
Where the BBC was reporting that about 100,000 were being killed in a day.
Every day.
And that story sounded like fiction to me, but it stayed with me.
It does sound like fiction for a boy in the village herding cows.
It sounded like a mythical story, kind of. But as I grew up and started reading about it, turned out it was true that 100,000 people were being killed in a day. And that was the war of 1994 and the genocide of the 1994.
Yeah.
So when I finished school, I really, really had a passion to write that story because I wanted to be a novelist, I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to be a storyteller. So I ventured and went to Rwanda immediately after my school.
How did you know you wanted to be a writer though?
The writing, I was very good in composition writing in school, in primary.
Okay.
In high school, I used to write poetry, love poetry.
Oh, you are those guys.
And so they stole my poetry and used it to woo other girls in the neighboring schools. The Nyakach girls is one of them. You find Rai girls down there.
I remember the letter, they were calling the writing pad, the flowers around them.
So that happened. I didn't have flowers around them though. Because I was not intending to send them to any woman around. But I think they did value addition to it. Probably put some flowers on it. And that's something, click, like you are a good writer.
Yeah.
So that is how I began, the passion of being a writer. And then I started also photographing when I was still in the village. And then even when I came to school, I did not have school fees or pocket money, and I came with my camera, and that is what started earning me a little bit of money here and there. So anyway, when I finished school, I decided to go to Rwanda and research my first book, The Ghost of 1894. So I went to Rwanda and stayed there for a year researching that book. Yeah.
Why The Ghost of 1894?
Because the genocide of Rwanda started 100 years before it happened.
Oh, really?
In Germany. Yeah. So this is the story. There was the World War I, the First World War. And Germany was squabbling with France. When Germany was squabbling with France, there was the Belgian Congo. So the Belgians were the ones that had occupied Congo, and the Germans were in Rwanda as colonizers. So when Germany approached Belgium and told them that we want to attack France, but you are in between us, allow us to pass through your land. The king of Belgium refused and said that we are a neutral country, so you cannot go through us. But then the Germans said that if you do not allow us through us, we will pass anyway, and on our way we'll rape your women and kill your children and touch your villages on our way to France. That's exactly what they did. But then you remember when this was happening, when they were touching villages and raping women in Belgium, there was the Belgian troops in Congo. So they say that now that they are messing with us in Europe, we will mess with them here in Africa. And that is how the Belgians decided to kick out the Germans out of Rwanda. And therefore started ruling Rwanda, the Belgians, and then started giving preferential treatment to the Tutsis because of their beautiful and tall women.
Oh.
And then in the 1960s, there was a revolution against the Tutsis. And lots of Tutsis took off from Rwanda. Kagame was one of the people whose parents were pushed out of Rwanda and settled in Uganda. He would later think about his country and decide to go back and create problems for the president Habyarimana, who was in Rwanda. And that is how the war starts. And then that is the culmination of the enmity between the Tutsis and the Hutus that would lead to the genocide, when now the Hutus decided that we do not need you in this country and you guys have to leave. And the entire country was mobilized to chase out the Tutsis from Rwanda. And that was the genocide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How was your experience researching on that? Like when you... It is
the weirdest place I think I have ever visited, Rwanda.
Weird, why?
It's a place, Rwanda is one of those places without a soul. Without, you can't size them up. It's a very quiet population. The politics is completely zero. Like, you don't go to a TV in Rwanda and talk about Kagame, where ni nani? Like nothing.
Compared to Kenya.
Yes. Kenya is on a league of their own, but Kenya is not something you talk about when you're comparing this country.
Yeah.
But it is so weird. And then one of the things that happens there is that during the memorial of the genocide, there is a lot of bitterness and anger and sadness, because a lot of people lost their people, their loved ones during those days. Yeah. And then when I was researching on the...
And it's not like a long time ago.
It's not a long time ago, yeah. So those wounds are still there. The millennials there and the Gen X there are still having those wounds.
Yeah.
So I talked with people. It was I did not really enjoy being in that country because there was no social life. Yeah, it's very... I think now the Gen Z now do not know anything about what happened. Yeah. And so they could easily enjoy the country like normal humans. Yeah.
Wow. That is so bold. Just, packing a bag.
Yeah.
You went by bus?
I went by bus without money.
So
no, I did not have money. Actually,
how do you do that?
The way I went there was that my sister gave me a phone which I sold. And then I asked her to add me more money to get a passport. And then I just got money and I left.
You had money for the ticket?
I had money for the ticket. So I just left without any money. I think the money that I had would have me survive in Rwanda for maybe a week.
How long were you there?
I was there for 8 months.
Ooh. How did you survive?
I survived by, Anne, I have always believed in the kindness of people. And this is something that a lot of people do not understand, that when they go somewhere or they are starting something, that nobody would support them. And it is starting from a very negative place. Because so when I went to Rwanda, I am a born-again Christian. A lot of people see my DWJ and say, oh, this is going to hell direct. But I don't think I am talking about anything that God has not created. God is to blame. God is to blame.
I'm not going to comment.
So I am somebody who has been a believer. I was brought up in a very strict Christian background. When I talk to Kinashaka always say that my church was a cult. But
which church is this? We can confirm.
You would not know the church.
We'll have the audience confirm.
You would not know the church. The church is called Voice of Salvation and Healing Church. In short, it is called VOSH. How do you...
It gets worse.
That church, their pillar is faith is a substance of things hoped for. That's their pillar. And then you build on it. Yeah, hope. They operate on hope.
I kind of like the philosophy of it, but
Yeah.
it kind of does sound like
Oh my God.
Do they have branches in Nairobi we can visit?
They do.
They do.
But they're in the slums. They're not anywhere. They are mostly in the slums.
Why in the slums though?
I don't know. It's not a woke church. It's not Mavuno. It's not Anglican. It's
But even the woke people want to. Faith is what? What did you say?
faith.
Is
Hope for.
even the woke people want that.
No, apparently they don't. Apparently they don't. So even when I was coming from Nairobi, if it was coming from the village to Nairobi,
Yeah.
I operated on that.
On faith.
On faith. So I was coming to nobody in Nairobi. Do you know what I did when I was coming to? I was coming to no one.
How did your parents let you go like that?
My father
how old
my
are you at
father
the
had
time?
just died. My mother was very sick. Was a sickling. Actually, she died 5 months into my college.
Oh.
So I remained a total orphan in the city. And if you look at the trajectory of my moving from the village to the city and surviving that, I think my horror story starts from when I took that bus to Nairobi and landing here on a drizzly evening. So what I said was, I know that my uncle is not going to allow me to come to his house in Nairobi. So I'll just call his brother and tell him that, look, I am coming to your place. And him, listening to the phone call, he connected the dots and said, he has spoken with my brother. So there is no problem. I hadn't spoken with his brother. So I landed here with no school fees, with no place to stay properly, because I did not know the outcome of what will happen when I land in their house.
Yeah.
And then I did not have school fees for the college. You see? So I did not have a place to stay. I did not have school fees. I did not have pocket money. I did not have nothing. But I landed here on a drizzly evening and then stayed in that guy's house. He never asked me for the next 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah?
Bless him.
Yeah, I did not have school fees. I studied without school fees for the first year. The admin caught up with me and told me, look, dude, what's going on?
It's been 2 years.
Because I've been telling them that a mega harambe is being organized in the village. For me, there was no one organizing anything. So when it caught up with me and realized, I said, okay, I told the HOD that I'm leaving the school because now I can't go on anymore.
Yeah.
I can't keep
Yeah.
I can't keep
This
giving you guys hope.
looks like it's not going to happen.
And my mother had died.
At that time.
Yeah, my mother died 5 months into my college.
Oh.
You know, so I was a total orphan.
Yeah.
With 2 sisters who were struggling. So then when I wrote to the school and told them that, look, I need sponsorship because I can't afford. I am a total orphan. I wrote to the principal because the HOD, who was a lady, told me that you can actually write to the school and see what they say. What do you have to lose? You're going anyway.
You have nothing to lose.
So I wrote to them. And one day after a month, they called me into the principal's office and told me that we have heard your story. We would like to help you. We are writing off your debt and giving you sponsorship for the rest of your education. So 3 years. I went to school like my father was the man living in Lavington.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it is that faith that took me again to Uganda.
Yes.
To Rwanda. And that faith has taken me to everywhere I have ever gone. And to everything that I've ever tried. So you see, it's not very cultic.
Well. But I think many people never ask, so they never get to find out what's on the other end when you ask. And so for people who've never had to ask for something, they find it, that kind of faith, they've never experienced that. But those who have, actually, you could be told no, but what if it's a yes? It could be a yes that completely changes your life.
And now, growing up, I don't think that you have to be a Vosh congregant to do that.
Vosh?
Yeah, Vosh. That name is so super. I don't know why you have a problem. It's so nice.
I have to attend this church one of these
Even this guy is a Greek. I no longer go to that church anymore.
Why?
No, I left. So when I came to Nairobi, it was too far. It was in Buruburu, and I didn't have the fare to go there. So I went to All Saints Cathedral Church, that sort of now I grew up in.
Okay.
Until today. So that is how
you got to Rwanda.
I got to go to Rwanda. Then I came back. Then I started doing freelance work. I never got employed.
Before you even go there, so you've gone to Rwanda, you've done your research, you've written a book.
Yeah.
How is that process, like writing and selling that book? I'm not a writer, I'm a very poor writer myself, but I would imagine it was a lot of work then, right? That's in which year? Which year is that?
That is around 2010.
2010.
That's 2010, around
So
2010.
how do you write and how do you sell the book?
So writing and selling a book in Kenya is like going to a school of hard knocks, because it is very difficult. First of all, for the writers that are coming up, there are no publishers for people who are writing for pleasure and leisure. The people that find publishers, traditional publishers in Kenya, are people that are writing for school textbooks that are going to be bought by the government in their millions, bought by the schools in their millions. People who write poetry and people who write fiction and novels and people who write self-help books. Basically, you cannot get a publisher, a traditional one. So you have only two choices.
Why? Is it because of the volume?
Because it does not make business sense for the publishers to do all the hard work and then sell 500 books in a year.
I see.
It does not make sense to them.
I see.
Because the cost is just too high.
It's too high.
Yeah, but you see, for the textbooks, and also the problem with traditional publishers is that they do not want to put money in marketing. Because for school books, you don't need to market them. People will just, every time when it opens...
Traditionally, they've never had to market.
They have never had, and they don't even know how to do it. So if Anne writes a book on failure, business failure, they don't know what to do with that book.
Yeah.
But you can imagine that if they had the muscle and the distribution system to make so much noise about failing in business and starting a business, that you have thousands of people buying book.
The book,
But they do not want to do that because they don't know how to do it. They don't want to know how to do it. So now what do? You do indie publishing, which is basically independent publishing, whereby you write the book as well as you can, go over it as many times as you can, and make sure that it has the threshold of something that somebody can enjoy. And then you go and figure out how to get somebody who knows how to work with Illustrator. Then they illustrate the book. And then you get, the same person might also be a graphics designer that will have to come up with the cover of your book. After that, you will find you will have to set it properly for printing. And then you'll have to go to River Road and look for a printer. If you are not diligent, you'll be conned like I was conned 80,000 the first time I went to print a book.
What happened?
They just take the money and they don't print the book, because there are so many brokers in the publishing industry that will probably eat that money before they
offer the service.
They offer the service, yeah. Once you've gotten your 1,000 books or 500 books, they will deliver them to your doorstep. In your case, they might bring them to Mudzo Studio and then say, Anne, good luck. Go to TikTok, go wherever you can. Again, good luck.
So it's 2010. There's no TikTok.
Yeah, nothing.
You don't have a YouTube channel.
Nothing.
How are you?
Facebook. Facebook that Shaka thinks is for the old people. that you call the ghetto.
I see conversations zetu unaacha kuzileta huku.
Yeah.
So you go to Facebook.
I go to Facebook, and Facebook is basically that was my only gateway to a buyer.
You know, I forgot to mention how I met Jaggero was through my husband Wagasha.
Yes.
And Wagasha used to enjoy your writing so much on Facebook. He loves to read.
Yeah.
So he followed you for a really, really long time. Used to enjoy, I don't know what you used to write about.
I used to write a lot of things. I'm coming back with a bit of writing right now.
Yeah. He used to really enjoy your writing. And then you had this book and he was just like, you know what, I'll support him.
Yeah.
And then because I enjoy his writing, I don't think he's read that book yet. Maybe I'll remind him. He still has it.
Maybe he's read it. A bit of it.
I've never seen him read a book. I'm sorry.
Maybe that's when he's making the cabins.
Yeah. So, but him, he just wanted to support because he used to enjoy all your other writing.
Exactly. And a lot of people who will get to read your work probably are just people that love the other things that you write.
That you write.
Yeah. So even for writers, you have to be seen to be writing for people to read your books. Because if you don't write, they wouldn't
How do we trust that the book will be good?
Well,
if you're not writing on socials.
Yeah, we can't. So that's why a lot of writers do not thrive because they don't write. They don't showcase your work.
Yeah.
Because it is only by writing that you market those books.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many did you manage to sell?
I sold quite a lot, man. So my writing was also supported by a gentleman called Boniface Mwangi.
Yes.
Boniface Mwangi, that a lot of people know as an activist. He's got a very good heart. He gave me my first launching pad, gave me a place to write, gave me money to print, gave me a place to launch the book. Yeah. Tulivurugana na yeye juzi tu kwa sababu ya siasa, but
oh wow.
Yeah, but he every juncture of my life there is someone that has come out very forcefully and said that you cannot fail. And I think in each and every juncture of your life, you must have somebody that comes out and forcefully tells you that you are not going to fail. Especially for people who are coming from places where you have not been congratulated. And many of us are coming from those places where you have either been raised by a single mother, you've been raised as an orphan, you've been raised with bad grades, and so people see, even your parents do not appreciate what you can become in life. They're just supporting you because they're your parents. Otherwise, you're a failed project. As a child. So that is very important, to rely on people that can that see things in you.
Is it about what there are people who might ask what is it something about you? Is it your dedication, determination, or is it just them, the people who...
It has to be both, I think.
Both.
It has to be both. Because people usually see, for lack of a better word, a seed in what they are supporting. So like, for example, if you take Boniface Mwangi was seeing my writing on Facebook. He was seeing I had my manuscript ready.
Yes.
You see? Yes. But so a lot of people also are always going out and about so much empty-handed. See, can I go back to Voice Church?
Okay, I'm liking this Voice Church.
It's very interesting because of their teachings. And can I tell you something, Anne?
Yes.
I believe Christianity and I believe religion. If you are going to be engaging religion, you must be like a Luo who is eating fish. We don't eat the bones. We eat the flesh, and we also don't eat the tail unless the fish is fried. And we eat the gills. But we don't eat what protects the gill. It's like a very hard cover on the gills that protect the eyes and the gills of a fish. You do not eat those ones unless the fish is fried calf. So
I'm waiting for you now to connect.
Yes, to connect. So now, anything that is wrong from the bird's eye view might have little good things inside it that you can get and move away with in life, and they will be the vehicle that you'll be running away with, that you'll be propelling in life. So even people who are in very bad places, there are things that you can pick that will help you. Like, for example, I'm telling you that even though poverty and hard life was very scarring on myself, it is perhaps what has made me look at so many things in life as very easy, while some people look at them as mountains. When I look at where I'm coming from, going to school 7 kilometers, going and coming back 7 kilometers, there's a total of 14 kilometers every day. And then you tell me to walk from Kawangware to Prestige. You understand how walking from Kawangware to Prestige is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there are scars around it that still affect me up to today. But also there are good things. So the Voice of Salvation and Healing Church has got a very good scripture that they use that says that if you cannot be trusted with small things, how can you be trusted with big ones? But what are the small things? The small things are the things that you do.
Yeah.
Like Anne loves.
On a daily.
Yes, Anne loves talking about business on TikTok. And and so when somebody asks, I knew a person who talks about failure. If that's the person you want to come to Mombasa and talk at this conference, you call this girl. This is Anne.
Yes.
And so a lot of the things that you do is what gives you that springboard. Because, so, for example, if you put something on Facebook, it might have a like, but no comment. But if you go to the inside and look at exactly how many people watched that video, you might find that 300 people watched that video but had no reaction.
Yes, they had no reaction.
You see?
Yeah.
So now you're busy killing yourself that I made this video and it was so good and nobody's liking.
So much time.
Yeah, and you go there in the middle of the night to see another like and you don't see anything. People have watched it.
Yes.
And then somebody calls you the other day and saying, I looked at your video and I think that you're the person that I've been looking for.
Yeah, yeah. I realize this country, or the internet in general, has very many silent followers. They don't do anything. They are not subscribed. They don't like. They don't comment.
Yeah.
But they're there.
Like YouTube tells me that I've got about, I don't know what rate, I think 60% returning rate. But they are not subscribers.
Yeah.
You know? And however much noise you make about them to subscribe, they will not.
Please subscribe. Now let's go to YouTube. I like that you brought that conversation.
Yeah.
So you're writing. You've written this book. You're writing on Facebook. At what point do you start to think of YouTube, and why? Why YouTube? Because I've searched the internet, Jaggero. You're not, in terms of like camera-facing kind of content. There is very little about you.
Camera-facing content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with it a lot.
But in terms of written, yes.
Yeah.
So how do you?
I struggle with it a lot.
How is that transition like?
I started my company called Core Media after failing to get into the newsroom. I started my company called Core Media, which is doing branding, consultancy, writing, everything to do with the profiling, photography, video production, all those. And so obviously, miaka zinasonga, I get to 40 and I have a midlife crisis.
What's a midlife crisis in your own definition?
The only reason why I knew it was a midlife crisis was because I was having a very bad time in my life. But I wasn't broke.
Bad time in like what sense?
I was feeling this ominous bad feeling that I have let down the world.
Like
I have
Is that the feeling
I
of-
have amounted to nothing.
maybe let me see if I can paint a picture where you feel like you are made for more.
Yes.
And you've not risen up to the occasion.
What happened?
What happened? Like
you failed completely.
You've let yourself down.
Yes.
Deep down, you know you're made.
But when I take stock of myself, it doesn't look like that. One of the dreams I had was to build a house in the village, a big house in the village with a jacuzzi. And a big gate.
And a big gate. I'll tell you a get joke that guys from the village used to make. Growing up, there used to be the gate. You know that gate in Shags where there are like I think pillars on this side, pillars on this side, and then you cross poles through it, right?
Yes. That
you know that
yes, I know.
Even
our cow sheds were made. The gates
like
were made like that. Yes.
But now, because crossing these things was such a hassle, we had made a path right next to the gate.
Exactly.
So one day we were going home, and a friend of mine is like, "Usisahau kufunga gate," because basically he was saying this gate is completely useless. Why do you even have it?
Exactly.
Because there's a gate, but then there's a path right next to it. Yeah.
So I've dreamed of having the big house and windows and big windows and lots of trees. I planted 3,000 trees in my home in the village, and I wanted to hear the birds sing
chirping in the morning.
when I wake up, and that happened. And I wanted to get married to a beautiful woman, which I did. You know, I wanted my life to be average and good, and it wasn't. But when I reached 40, it was chaos. I was feeling extremely horrible. So I spoke with somebody and they told me that, what exactly did you want to do when you were growing up? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I wanted to be a journalist, and I wanted to be in the newsroom, and I wanted to hold conversations with people. And that slipped through my fingers. And then like a joke, we are talking and it's like, what could come close to that? And I'm looking around and it's a podcast. And that's how, well, I think we should have a podcast. So I started some podcasts with my friends that flopped.
Oh, DWJ is not the podcast that you started?
No, we started a podcast called Maskani with a group of 2 friends. And working with friends is very difficult. I was the one who had a midlife crisis. These other guys were in their 30s, well below the Tasuko Chini kwa 32, 31. So they were not having a midlife crisis.
You didn't share the vision?
No.
Well, as deeply as yours was, I would say.
No, I did not. I did not share that vision. Yeah, so at some point it hit a roadblock. We were not, it was all about me and hoping that we are 3 of us. Have you been in a business where you're the one doing everything? But everybody looking from outside think that you're 4. But there is actually just one.
I've been in a business partnership where I could have as well done it myself. The only reason I brought them in is because I was scared.
Yes, exactly.
So you go looking for people, and because people know whatever Jaggero touches or gets into, he gets serious with it. They're happy to say yes, but not because they are on board. They're saying yes to the future potential.
That's exactly what happened. And it failed miserably. The failure is that I was doing everything alone and I was complaining a lot. And then at the height of my complaints, they told me, why don't we just take time off and interrogate this whole business?
Yeah.
It's gonna work. So we put everything on the back burner for 3 months. The day after the 3rd month, day after, I called, and the guys told me, one of the guys said, I've not even thought about it.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah. So the next day, I did the logo for DWJ, and that's how I started dialogues with Jaggero.
Wow. Did you have like a strategy?
No.
What did you have? over and above
I started
the
reading.
name
I started
Jaggero?
reading quite a lot about. You see now, YouTube was something that was in my mind for some time, even before I had the midlife crisis. I was looking at it from afar, but it was not my thing. One of the reasons, if you look at DWJ, the email that's attached to DWJ, it goes far. It goes, I think it goes all the way to 2006. The email that's attached to DWJ was started kitambo. The YouTube account was started very far. 2007 Yeah. But it was not a YouTube channel as we know it. It was just something that I had.
Yeah.
Because I had videos that I'd taken because I used to write scripts and plays.
I see.
And sometimes I would dump videos there.
I see. Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So when I started DWJ, I went back to that email and resurrected it and now call it a YouTube channel because it was not a YouTube channel. It was an email that's connected.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
My previous guest was talking about, like, I asked her, how do you find your passion? She has a business she's very passionate about. And she told me, you don't find passion, you always have it.
Yes.
But you need to meet it, where you say yes to it, but you've always had it. So if you look at, for example, what you're talking about, it sounds like it's something similar.
It is.
It was always there. Maybe you were too busy, too distracted somehow, or maybe it needed time for this meeting to happen, and then you come together.
But also something that is worth noting is that even though the YouTube channel was always there, I never intended for it to do what DWJ now have of holding conversations, because that dream had died in the newsroom. So even if I had it, I was using it as a safe place to hold my videos rather than showing them. Okay? So then when I started because also the problem with YouTube that I'd also read was that it's a difficult thing to run.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's not Facebook, it's not TikTok, it's not Twitter, it's not anything. You will have to, it is like you will have to do the foundation.
Be ready.
You know?
Put in the work.
Yes. And leave that foundation to dry, or to, I don't know what they use in construction. Your husband is there to cure it. You must cure the foundation. You must build the walls. You must do interior design. You must have the roofing properly, and the roofing can never leak because you must have a good ceiling, and the plumbing has to be done right. So that is what you do. And I feared that because on Facebook, you just simply go and write, and Facebook does the rest. On YouTube, people have to go to YouTube. And look.
You've been so successful on YouTube. It feels like you had a strategy. But if you were to share, let's say someone is watching and they're wondering, they're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and they're wondering what are the things. Share some tips for someone who's just about to start.
I think that there is strategy. Like Shaka is a person of strategy. Shaka has just joined DWJ to put some professionalism in it. I am more into conversations. And curating them. And the touch points of what tickles an audience, because I am getting that from writing. I know the words that tickle an audience or a reader. And those words can easily be transformed into audio visual. So that was my sort of recipe that I was coming with from the writing world. What tickles an audience, that I knew. The other thing that I knew is that the problem with growing up in poverty and in humble backgrounds is that your biggest fear is failure.
Yeah, because there's no way I'm going back there. That's kind of the attitude we all have.
Yes. it is the fire under your ass, for lack of a better term. It's a fire. It's a raging one. Yeah. As a matter of fact, what I fear up to date is poverty. And anybody around me that is close to me, I don't want them to go to a place whereby they do not have anything to eat or a good warm place to sleep. It's when we even talk about the government right now, and the fact that the government cannot understand that simple fact that people in Kenya do not have a way of eating. Just a meal.
They're sleeping hungry.
You know?
Yeah.
And they cannot go to the hospital. I remember, Anne, when I was in college, I had problems with there were some things that cropped up in around my heel area. And they were blisters. I later realized that I was actually reacting to the cold of July in Nairobi because I was brought up in a very hot weather in Kisumu. So when I came here, in college, my first July was horrific. I had all these things in my legs. I didn't know what they were. I was living in a very cold place. So they even went through my
toes?
Yeah, and it was so painful. I had to walk to Strathmore to go to my auntie who was teaching there to give me money to go to the hospital. And for whatever reason, she didn't give me. Then I had to walk from Strathmore to St. Mary's in Lavington. And I got my uncle getting out of the gate. And he gave me 100 shillings. Then I went to a Luo doctor in town. And he told me, Kijana, 100 shillings to treat you. And I said, you have no otherwise. The guy told me that to see him was 300, which I didn't have.
Oh, no.
And then I was supposed to get medicine. With which money? So I refused to leave at his desk, at the desk there. And he came out looking for other people and kept seeing me there and got me in. And, saw me with no money and gave me medicine and left me the 100 bob to go home.
Yeah.
Poverty
is bad.
It's bad. And so if a government cannot see that, and there is one thing to be greedy, and there is another thing to have a heart for other people.
That's true.
So anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about tips.
Hey, so
I know this government will have you.
Yes, so let's go back to tips. So what I knew very well was creating stories.
Yes.
And getting people's favors. I remember the first time I went to get this lady, what is her name? The one for Wanderlust Diary. Amakove Wala. She said no twice. But the third one, I sent her the list of questions that I wanted to ask her. And she softened. So I was going to people that I knew would give me a springboard, to get the numbers, to be on people's faces.
Yeah.
So I think that is very important. To get people that will make people watch your content. Because a lot of people right now say that the dialogue with Jaggero was made by ZP, was made by Amakove, it was made by the gentleman from Machakos called Matheka, the lady from Uganda.
Yeah.
So those ones set very good foundation for my show.
Were you not afraid of backlash? Like, you cover very hot topics. I wouldn't dare.
And this is there is a lady who told me that she would never marry me because of the things that I write on Facebook. So my filters ziliungua kitambo.
What does that mean?
Filters zangu ziliungua. I believe that people should talk about everything in life, especially things that affect large numbers of people.
Yeah.
Like the issue, for example, of sex, it's not talked about. But a lot of people are asking questions. If you look at our inboxes,
it's busy. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Especially on Facebook. That's why I call it the ghetto.
Even the marriage
marriage conversation.
The marriage conversation that we've had, those things are hot. There is a lady who called me from Australia the other day cried on my phone for 20 minutes.
About what?
About her marriage, how it's falling apart. And she's so alone.
I think the conversations are necessary.
Yeah.
Right? But I think they require a Jagero. I'm just saying. Me as Anne, I'm just saying. First, I admire you. I admire that you're able to have, hold those conversations on your channel.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway. So those
you get my point.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I could talk about is consistency. Running a YouTube account is very hard. YouTube is not like any other social media because it's long form content, mostly. Right now they have got shorts, they have got other things going on, but it is mostly long form content.
What would you say is hard about it?
The production of it is very hard. Right now you have got 3 cameras standing here. Mm-hmm. There is the Sony A7, there is another Sony A7, there is another Sony A7. These things, first of all, they cost money. If you do not have the money to buy them, you have to hire them.
Yes.
The other thing that is very important for long-form content is audio. People cannot listen to bad audio for more than 20 minutes.
That's true.
They will skip. Because mtu akikuambia to ski, ni hivyo. Yeah, they have to go somewhere. And then the other problem with YouTube is that Kenyans came to this game very late. Mm-hmm. If you compare us to the Americans and the Europeans.
Yeah.
And the reason why it has been very easy for the Europeans and Americans to make very good content is because they are very close to these gadgets. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. If you go to Adorama, and I buy from Adorama, I buy from Amazon, you're saying buy it for $2,700 or $45 every month. And this guy just takes... And how many... You take 4 cameras and pay how much? Less than 20,000 per month.
Per month.
And you have the best.
You're able to run, yes. You have to buy the thing.
Yes.
And in cash.
Yeah. Or hire. Hiring this camera could be 4,000 in a day. The other one is 4,000.
Usually it's 5,000.
Yes.
5,000.
Without the lens.
Without the lights, without the lens, without the mic.
So doing an episode can easily cost you 50,000. And that means you have to know how you're going to do it.
How did you do it?
I had the capability. I think I had the cameras to do it. And so that really helped me.
I remember a red room.
A red room that was at Power 254. Boniface Mwangi studio.
Again.
You see? Mm-hmm. So that one I was given a studio. But I was coming with my cameras, and then I had another guy who had a camera who was bringing his camera.
I see.
In this game, it is important to know the people that come to your rescue.
So collaboration. Or promising things that in so many years I am going to be able to stand on my feet. That is doing YouTube. What are the things you've learned about YouTube that Anne can't find anywhere on the internet?
You can find a lot of things on the internet, but I think what you are not going to find is relationships. Your relationship with your guests, if you are bringing guests, and how you are serious about what you're doing. Because guests can pick things that you think una feature. They will know that you're dubious with time. They will know that you're dubious with your production. They will be ashamed of what somebody told me the other day that Jaggero, I went to another studio and I could not post what they had produced.
Oh no.
Because I couldn't hear myself.
It was terrible.
Do
you know our first recording, we never record, nobody has ever seen it. Apart from me and Leon.
Exactly.
It was so bad.
Yes. Yeah.
The audio was bad, the visual was bad, everything about it was bad.
And the people can see it.
Yeah.
When people comes to my studio, for example, and say, Jaggero, your studio looks so good.
Yeah.
Everything is looking professional.
Yes.
What are they saying about other studios they have gone to?
Maybe not professional.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now they will not even return. When you call them again to
Then you call
return,
them back.
they will not want to come back. Perhaps sometimes when you're in a community, before somebody goes to the other studio, they will ask the other person that had gone there, how does it look like? You know?
Yeah.
So those things, they are those tips. The other tip that I think I should tell people, and this is very important, is knowing about your guest. Knowing about your guest and doing the extra, research on not just the guest, but on the topic.
Yes.
On the topic, knowing the person very well, knowing the topic, and knowing that person.
That person, yeah.
Knowing that person means that you know the questions that will tick them off. Most people ask guest questions they don't want to answer on the spot.
I feel like that's rude. It's a conversation you need to have discussed with your guests, what kind of topics they are willing to cover, no?
But even so, you can't ask them everything. But if you look at the conversations they've had, you will see that there is a pattern. There is a conversation that is raging online about that person, but it is not on his podcast or their podcasts. Meaning, they have told those people that they don't want to speak about it.
They don't want to talk about it.
Every time people come to my studio, there are things they tell me this is off the table.
Yes, and you have to honor that.
Or sometimes they don't. It's upon you to know the things they don't want to talk about.
Yeah, their boundaries.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you ask them there, the moment you ask them that question, that interview is over at the time. You will grumble on until the end of it.
But it is over.
But it's over.
It's finished.
Because all they're thinking about in their head is that this question is going to pop up.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer it.
Yeah.
And so the mood changes, everything changes after that question.
Yeah.
The other tip is consistency. It is waking up to go do a podcast is so hard.
I enjoy it.
No, not the talking, Anne. You are talking on behalf of Leon.
Which part?
The moving parts of a podcast.
Yes, that's exhausting.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah. Especially just how much it costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
It costs the much it costs, the things that go wrong, the guests that you wake up, you just wake up and the first thing you see is a cancellation.
Yeah. Or a scandal. You're waiting for a guest and then last night.
Yes, there's a scandal.
Like this scandal could
there's
not
something.
Could not wait for me to shoot and release my episode.
So those things, but you wake up anyway. Yesterday we were out until very late. I was so tired.
Yeah. How do you make money?
Through podcast.
When did you start making money, and how? What are
I was lucky
to
to start making money within the first, I think, 6 months.
That's really good.
Yeah. So YouTube pays me.
Yeah.
Right now, we have DWJ Europe that pays. The TikTok. We opened a TikTok in Europe, which they respect as a European account, and they should pay. The Kenyan one, which is going to 500,000, does not pay at all. And then Facebook is paying right now. I have a contract right now with machine learning companies that pay.
What do you mean? Pull up. Machine learning.
Yeah.
What is that?
They ask you to allow them their LLMs, large language models like OpenAI, like Claude, like Gemini,
Yeah.
to learn to learn based on your content, and they send you some money every month. So OpenAI is paying me, ChatGPT is paying me.
Whoa.
Yes.
I asked you, what is it that you know that is not on YouTube that I have not seen on YouTube? You must create like a workshop, ukuje utufunze hizo vitu.
Yeah.
I've also seen you have like an ebook.
I have an ebook which is really good. I think each and every person that has a YouTube should have a product or a service.
Yeah. Tell us about
And I
ebook.
see your service on TikTok, which is,
yeah.
I think that you need to find, because Kenya and brand is not working really well right now. Like the top people are enjoying the brand visibility, and people working with them, like the oil companies, the construction companies, cement companies. But that is like, I don't know, Shaka, whether that would be like the top 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people down here who are not enjoying the fruits of that. So I think that it is important to create. Like, I see people having T-shirts. I see people having different things that they're selling. Ikonini has got T-shirt that is selling. Yeah. So anyway, I make money through ad partnership with Facebook, with TikTok, with YouTube.
With YouTube.
Yes, and then the latest one is machine learning companies that are paying some money.
And then the ebook.
And then the ebook.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because the ebook, the title is 25
Online Hustles for Africans. It's Goldman.
Online Hustles for Africans.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
The book, I've never been employed, Anne. In my entire life, I was employed for 30 minutes in town. And that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah, so I've never been employed. I have always written and worked for people outside the country and inside the country. Writing for Americans, writing for the Chinese, writing for Europeans, the Eastern Europeans that do not speak English.
I see.
Yeah, so I have done a lot of writing and consultancy for these people. Okay, so at some point we were really earning good money for American companies in terms of writing.
Yeah.
I did graphic design for Europeans a lot using Adobe.
There are a lot of people who keep saying they don't know. They have these skills, but they don't know where to find this.
But you see, that's the problem, because those skills. Look, the reason why I wrote that thing is that I've realized that something is happening in the world, but before that, something was happening in Kenya. When a Kenyan is going to school, at the high school level, they are being told that they are going to get jobs when they finish. When they go to the university, the job is even closer home. They can
almost smell it.
They can smell it, they can touch it. But when they get out, they realize that we were not told the truth.
It's a lie.
There is no job. And so what they do is that they try looking for jobs in their local areas. Kama uko Kisumu, unatembea na bahasha Kisumu. Kama uko Bungoma, unatembea na bahasha huko Mombasa, Nairobi. And then you have a lot of people who are jobless.
Yeah.
Now the thing that I realized in good time was that America, labor is very expensive. And then they realized, they had a eureka moment. The Americans and the Europeans had a eureka moment that, gosh, we have so many Indians that are good at tech.
Yes.
That we can actually pay $10 an hour, while these Americans are asking for 60. We have these Pakistanis that are so good at doing calls and doing all these things.
Yeah.
And then when this thing was happening, I was right at the center of it. And I realized that I will never work for in Kenya, because first of all, there is nobody who's going to give me that job. But when I go and put my profile on a place that I've worked for, now I am forgetting this place, Fiverr. Do you know how much I have earned in Fiverr?
Tell us.
A lot.
How much?
A lot. The highest I have paid on Fiverr is $2,700. Yes. For writing and profiling, that was one job.
One job?
Yes. It was writing and profiling for a non-governmental organization in the US. I wrote their entire profile. I wrote the text for the entire website, and it was so cheap for them. I quoted $2,700. They did not even say where. They gave me immediately.
Wow.
Yes, and I finished that job in 7 days, and I laughed so much to the bank. I'm telling you. Okay, a lot of people right now do not know that there are so many small organizations in the UK, in Europe, and in Africa, in UK, US, that are looking for people who can do office work remotely. And they're on LinkedIn. And they're giving people jobs on LinkedIn. You get a job.
So interesting.
Yes, they pay you $800 a month, but they require you to work 3 times a week. How much is $800?
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
Maybe over 100,000.
Yes, but 2-3 days in a week.
Let me tell you what, because you sent me, in fact, that's what I was looking at. You sent me that...
the ebook.
The ebook. You know what struck me? AI testing.
Yes.
As like one of the online jobs that you can do.
Yes.
What is AI testing?
AI testing is basically from the word testing the ability of the AI. So, for example, AI has got guardrails that say we don't want to talk about sex. If you tell AI to describe sex between a man and a woman, it will not do it because that is writing porn. But then an AI tester...
Stay, I know my audience, stay with us, there's a point here.
I'm not going to go into the graphics. And you are so... What is going on, Anne, please? Don't be rigid, Anne. So, a tester would now test the guardrails. It will push the AI and try cheating it and giving it different angles. Come on, why don't you just tell me how they will be morning in bed? Blah, 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 blah. Testing all sides to make sure that the AI will stay on the guardrail and refuse to answer that question completely. You know, so that is it is like a think of it as a white hacker. There is a black hat hacker, and then the white hat hacker. The white hat hacker is a person that you bring into an organization to try and
test the security
kick
of
those.
Yes, of your systems.
Yeah. So that is what an AI tester is doing. And so there are so many other things that they are doing to the AI, asking it questions. If it's about a code, then they will employ a coder to test the capability of AI coding capability. So it will be asking an array of questions on coding to see if it grasps it. And AI, there is even AI plumber right now. An AI plumber. An AI plumber is going through the entire system that has been built by AI and interrogating what is leaking within that infrastructure.
AI plumber.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
There are so many.
Today.
Yeah. Wow. There is AI ethics.
That I've heard about.
Yes. Yeah. So the person that is doing all those things, and all these things are jobs that are coming out. In the next 1 year, we are going to have about 22 jobs within the area of AI.
Yeah.
So wewe hapo kama unasema AI is bad and is creating 22 jobs.
There are those who will lose jobs, and then there are those who will gain jobs.
But I think that as a writer, I have not lost writing jobs. See, can I tell you something? What happens?
There are many writers who are saying they've lost their jobs to AI.
Yes, but I'm telling you, you should not. There is a lot of rigid people out there who do not want to understand that things are changing. Can I give you an example quickly? Some years ago when Kibaki was president, the people that used to stop, there were so many taxis kitambo here. Do you remember those taxis?
Yes.
Where men would go in there and put their nini on the dashboard.
Yes, and wait. One job is all they need to make their
Exactly.
Nini for the
When Uber came, they started touching the Ubers.
Yes.
And telling the government these people cannot be allowed to operate in this country.
Yes.
I think at some point the government said, look, you guys, register or go back to the village.
Yes.
And I want to give you another example, very quickly.
Most went to the village by then.
Another example quickly. 1 month ago, I called a very good coder in this country and told him this. I want to build this system. Can you please build it using AI? Do you know what he told me? Jagero AI haifanyi bwana. Wewe bwana, hiyo kitu haijamachua. Wachana na hiyo story. Mimi I can't build by AI at the moment. Nikamwambia lakini sasa utanichaji pesa ngapi? The guy told me 920,000.
Round it off to $1 million.
Yes, to build it. I offered him 100,000 and I told him use AI to build this thing at 100,000. He refused and told me ya kwamba mimi nimepuuza kazi yake. And he told me that I don't think you are a good friend. And I felt a little bad about it. The reason why I was giving him this was because I knew I could build this thing with AI. The only part I knew I could not implement with AI was the M-Pesa integration, the gateway. So I had no 900,000 obviously to give him. So I started building this thing with AI. And I built it and I built it and I got stuck at the M-Pesa integration. Where I knew my problem was. Janda yangu ingepita hapo. So what did I do? On a Sunday afternoon, I am thinking about how to do this because if I cannot do this M-Pesa integration, everything falls flat. So what do? I tell AI that I am not able to do M-Pesa integration for this payment. And do you know what it tells me? If you can get the Safaricom documentation, upload it here. And I'm like, what? So I go to the Safaricom website and get the Daraja, the entire Daraja documentation.
Put it in.
And upload it on Claude. And it reads the entire thing. And it tells me that I am ready to deploy, to implement. I need this from Safaricom. And it gives me 4 things it needs from Safaricom. And I tell it that I do not understand this language. And then it tells me, would you like me to write for you an email requesting? And AI wrote for me the email to Safaricom that I sent to Safaricom. Safaricom responded 10 minutes later with a detailed answer. And I copied that email and sent it, this is their answer. Said, no, and now I know what you need to do. You need to go to Daraja and we will go step by step. But by 4, the AI had written the entire code, which was about 2,000 lines, and wrote the next word, give me the instruction to go to Daraja and get the thing. Then I got it, and then it tested the URL, the callback. It's called Safaricom callback.
Yeah.
Right? You know it?
Yes.
It pinged my phone and I saw a pop-up on my phone.
No.
I saw a pop-up.
Stop.
I saw a pop-up. I'm telling you. And I put in money and it deducted from my account, M-Pesa account. And I almost killed myself in that room. Even my wife was wondering.
What were you building? What were you building?
I was building a place where people buy this book. People can buy this book when I'm asleep. I built it.
And you kept your 100,000.
And I kept my 100,000. Now, where I am going to is that telling people that when a technology shows up, work with the technology. Right now, I used to charge people 15,000 to write a 1,000 word document. Now, they tell me, Jaggero, write for me this thing with AI and I will pay you 3,000. I have no otherwise but to say yes. Because for that 3,000, I will put everything on AI. I will design the prompt. Once I've designed the prompt, it will write it, and I know even the ChatGPT language. I have ChatGPT Pro. I upload all my instructions on it. I tell it, do not use the word dive, do not use the word delve, do not use this word, and it will never use them.
Yes.
And then in 20 minutes, I am done, and I get the 3,000. Kitambo, it was taking me a week.
A whole week to do the same job.
So I do not think that people should rush into saying Oba word like Ugandans say. Ati this thing is taking away our jobs. Yes. But if you are not...
It's also making your jobs easier.
Very easy. And it is making life very easy for
You see,
people.
for example, when you paid that guy 100,000, it's because you were feeling like it's going to be a lot of... it will be an inconvenience for you to learn how to use AI to build the thing, right?
Yeah.
So ideally you were telling him, can you go, apply yourself, learn this thing and do it for me for 100,000. But now, I mean, you're free of his services now. You can
like we built a workflow that we are using at DWJ. That workflow, I was told that the guy was going to charge me $60 per hour for 45 hours on Fiverr. I built that thing within a day using AI. Now, AI is dangerous to people who are not thinking properly right now. My wife actually told me that I'm so afraid of my job. I'm literally shaking in my boots for my job. But me, I'm just thinking, we need to move away from your boring job and do something more sophisticated.
I hear you.
Like for example, right now, search engine optimization is not something that you can tell somebody that you do. Yes, you can do it, but do not make it a big deal.
They're called, there's prompt engineering as a skill, I hear.
No, I would not say so. I would not say so.
There are schools, there are universities.
I would not say so. Because AI is the best prompt engineer. It's right there on your computer.
But you have to give it proper instructions.
No, Gosh, now, this is what you do to be a proper prompt engineer. Tell your story with your broken English to AI and tell him that I would like to make a professional prompt that will be understood by a large language model. It will take that and crystallize it into language that it understands. Mtu asikwambia ati mimi wewe ni prompt engineer.
Kuna courses.
Maybe I'm not going to those courses. Wachana now.
So where can people get this book? Because I feel like there's that's, how much do you charge it?
1,000.
1,000.
Promo.
So
promo,
if you're,
promo. It is on.
Unapeana discount hapa kwa show yangu?
Hakuna discount.
Hakuna discount. Si hata mtu sema 999.
Hii kitabu ni tamu sana.
Yeah, it has very many.
It was 1,500 nika reduce to 1,000.
So for my audience, it's 1,000 shillings.
Yeah, it's 1,000 shillings. It's on. Yeah, I will send you the link for my website or on Hustle Sasa.
I feel like you have a lot of knowledge, Jaggero. You need to sort of like package it in a way that we can now come back and present it to my audience, even if it's like a workshop. Is that something you'd be open?
Yeah, we can do the YouTube. We can do the YouTube one.
I feel like I want to go deeper.
We can do the YouTube. In fact, we should talk. We should also talk about AI with you, because there are so many things that people are. First of all, I also think that AI is extremely dangerous for the vulnerable. In terms of because people can easily go down the rabbit hole using AI as companions and as love partners.
What do you mean love partners?
People use AI as love partners, and it is very dangerous.
Love partners?
Yeah, like a guy, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So every time they come from work, they go back and start chatting with AI as a boyfriend. And they tell each other fantastical stories.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Somebody in the US the other day committed a cop suicide using AI. You know what a cop suicide is?
No.
Cop suicide is whereby you trick the cops to come to your place. You come out with a gun and they shoot you. So AI directed you exactly how to do it. And they did it.
The AI killed her? I'm so lost.
It's not the AI that kills.
Yeah.
So it will give you how to do it. Tell you on the chat box how to do it. AI, if you talk to AI and start talking to AI about your husband and about the things that he is doing to you, AI might start hallucinating and help you plan how to kill or poison your husband.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is also, AI is good, it's dangerous.
I want to do more. So let's see if we can do a workshop on YouTube, because I feel like there's a lot to learn. You've already taught me so much just by, phone conversations, but also we can maybe do like a webinar on AI. Wow. That's a lot.
Yes.
Is there anything that I could have missed? I feel like this episode went
good.
everywhere.
This episode was good.
Which I like, yeah. Is there something I missed before we wrap up?
No. I congratulate you for the beautiful, podcast that you're having. I wish you have more subscribers, more great guests, and good life.
Thank you so much, Jaggero. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always picking my call and guiding me along.
Yeah.
These are the relationships you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, asante sana. I hope we've come to the end. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave comment in the comment section. There's so many. We talked about so many things. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you'd like Jaggero back and you would like us to maybe tackle certain topics that he touched on, do leave that in the comment as well. Until next time, Jaggero, sema kwaheri.
Kwaheri sana. Please subscribe. Please hit on that notification button. Thank you and cheers.
Bye.